Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new Big Brother 25 live feed spoilers. This is day 31 in the game. It's a pretty glorious day,
Mhm.
if I do say so myself. My guy Jag, he's still there. Jag Nation rise. There's Coco
Oh.
Vanderwolf, a proud member of Jag Nation. It's because I told her if she supported Jag, she would get treats. And you know what? Sometimes that's what we do to get support for people in the game.
Bribery.
What a nice positive way to start off this video. But no, there is a lot to talk about here. I mean, not only the show last night, but what happened in the aftermath of some of it.
Mhm.
It's pretty interesting that it seems like Cerise's game may be starting to be found out to like the
Mm.
smallest of small degrees, which if you want like compelling gameplay, even if you're a Cerise fan, steamrolls are boring. It's more fun this way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like she wouldn't be able to get out of a sticky situation anyways. I mean, her social game is so good. If the spotlight starts to go towards her, she's going to be able to dodge it. She'll be all right.
All right. Well, we have so much to dive into here, but before we do go forward, be sure to hit that subscribe button because at the time of this recording, we are really close to 65,000. Like we're around like 62 subs away, and we really want to hit that milestone. It means so much to us. We have been doing videos here at the channel for such a long time, and we really appreciate all your support. And if you want to help us get to that milestone, hit that subscribe button. Coco would very
Oh,
much appreciate it. Just look how cute she is.
hit that subscribe button. No, seriously, thank
There
you
you go.
so much to everyone who is helping us get to this goal. It's such a big milestone for us
Yeah,
that, we really appreciate everyone who has hit that subscribe button and everyone who's going to hit it to help us get to that goal. Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's talk about your boy Jag.
Uh,
He is saved by Matt and the twist. He had already been told that he was evicted unanimously and was walking out the door, and then twist.
okay, I will admit that this really like legitimately tricked me, and I like to think that we because we've been watching this show for so many years that we're able to sort of anticipate when these things are gonna happen. But Julie said, her typical, it's official, Jag will be leaving the house, and like at that point all of the air just went out of my tires. Like I thought, okay, this is done. Matt didn't do it. I wanted Matt to do it, but he didn't do it. And Jag being safe, all of it was just wonderful and happy for me. Like I know Jag and Blue are close, but like that hug that they gave was like really surprisingly touching to me. Also, in much more important, I guess, game related news, the show did give us a Blue DR saying
Mhm.
that she thinks that Sari is likely Jared's mom, despite everything that had sort of played out that we have discussed already.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see them go through everything and then to tell Jag, hey, it's official, you're out of the house. Surprise! Because that then makes that this twist has basically revealed to Jag that like he was gonna be sent out unanimously.
It's great. I love everything about it because I love the opportunity now to play around in the aftermath of all of this. Now, I will say this, if Cameron was a different person, aka a person who I actually liked in the game, and this is where our Big Brother hypocrisy shines through, he did get hosed by the fact that he played a 13-hour, pressure cooker competition only for his HoH to mean nothing. But because I don't like Cameron, I'm just like laughing at him.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of knew that that was going to be the case once this twist came in, that it was not going to mean anything. It was still exciting to watch, but yeah, this is where we are.
Yeah.
Nothing ended up really happening. Nobody has gone home.
Ha ha ha, Cameron.
All right, there was so much chaos and so much drama
Yeah.
about Jag leaving in the 24 hours before the eviction. And Matt and Sari, who was told by Matt that he had the power, knew most of the time that he was going to be safe.
It makes everything so weird to watch back in retrospect with like everything going on leading up to this eviction. they could have just calmed it down. They could have just, not done something, like done something that sort of alter the course of this. But no, I mean, I wonder if this is just a scenario where they were like, okay, let's just see how everybody acts over this last little while, and
Mhm.
we'll take some notes on this. We'll figure out kind of what comes as a result of it, what we can do moving forward. I mean, the fact that both Matt and Sari knew about this at the time, there's
Mhm.
always that question of like, who else are they going to tell? Like, we'll get a little bit more into that later, but
Mhm.
it's just in general, it's a fascinating twist in the way in which it happened, especially because in the aftermath of all of it, Cameron did get to play in the next HOH because his week effectively meant nothing. So they were just like, okay, well, we've already hosed you over in one way. We're not going to also be like, by the way, you can't play in HOH again. But it does not matter. Jared has one head of household.
Yeah, he has. Be
Yay!
interesting. But this was the knockout HOH competition where you answer questions and you get to pick the next people to compete.
Yeah, this is something that's familiar to a lot of people out there. I Can we not have an HOH camera on Jared and Blue for most of for me, for my sanity, for my mental health?
I would prefer to not be seeing that, but this is Big Brother. We're gonna see it all. That's part of the allure of this show. Not watching Jared and Blue, but watching people 24 hours a day when the feeds aren't down.
Oh no. Okay. So anyway, the initial plan here seems to be Cameron and Red are going to be Jared's nominations, with Cameron, aka the former HOH winner whose HOH means nothing, is apparently the target.
Yeah, I mean, if I liked Cameron more, I would feel bad for
Yeah.
him that he went from an HOH that doesn't matter to being the target. But, I'm not the biggest Cameron fan. But according to Sari, they want to make Cameron really super comfortable all week and have him think that Red is the person who's really in danger. I think Cameron knows that he could be put up again. He's already been up there, but I think he thinks he could be put up as a pawn.
Cameron is just, I think he likes to sell himself as like this, oh, I'll be all right. I think he tries to come across as sort of that, I'm a part of a team. You want to do this? I could be up as a pawn. It's fine. It's just how, if you're up on the block this many times this early in the game, like, how do you not know that nobody really cares about your fate in the game? Like, don't you gotta like have those wheels turning at some point?
Yeah, I agree. Like, we're only 31 days in. He's been on the block a bunch of times. At some point, he's got to worry that either he is the ultimate pawn or at one point he is just going to go home, that nobody really has his back because he just keeps going up over and over again.
Now, I know that there, and I've even seen it in the comments. Some people wondering, okay, what's wrong with Cameron? And ultimately, here's another example. We've spoken in the past about some of his behavior with Riley being kind of uncomfortable when Riley was in the house,
Yep.
and Corey has told a little bit to Izzy about some of Cameron's just like creepy comments about America, that he can't control himself around her. I don't like watching him in the house. He makes me uncomfortable. I think he makes people in the house uncomfortable. I don't think people want Cameron in jury for this reason, among many others. Like, I'm I'm more than fine if Cameron goes this week. I know it's possible it'll be another predictable week. It
Mhm.
could be another unanimous vote. I mean, who knows at this point? It's Friday, but it's just like, goodbye. Let's just get rid of Cameron and then we can go about the rest of the game.
Yes. Okay. Jag spoke to Sari about the vote late last night, and she handed America and Corey the bus schedule, like right under the bus, drove over them, sent over another pack of buses, like just saying, that they didn't want to do it and everything changed.
In reality, America was pretty pro Jag staying. And like she even warned him late Wednesday night that people are lying to you, Jag. They're giving you false hope just like they did with Riley. Like, because if y'all remember,
Oh, I know. She was dancing by herself and so excited. That was really sad the way that all played out.
yeah, and this is why I love Jag, but Jag is not does not see the forest through the trees a lot of the time. He wants to believe in a lot of these people, despite having direct evidence with Riley, his close ally, that this stuff happens. And America was pretty upset with Sari and these other people basically playing with him and just letting him go on with a lot of this thinking. And and granted, now America's in the spot where she's being set up by Sari, so it's just getting even worse.
Yeah, Sari is clearly wanting to go after America and Corey soon. They may be safe this week, but it's coming.
Yeah, it just feels like we are at this point where Sari is trying to think, like, multiple weeks ahead. What's going to happen? Who does she want to go after? And, America, Corey, these are people. We went over how she has kind of a core group, and then there's like
Mhm.
everyone kind of all around that. And the more that you can sort of make everybody kind of look at a couple of people. This is just my theory why we've had so many like unanimous votes is everybody thinks that they're all working together as like this big conglomerate. Like, back when we were doing, well, it's hard for me to even remember exact seasons now, but I think it was season 22, the All Stars. We talked about the Blob Alliance
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatever was going. There's a little blobby right now with this alliance where Cerie's just sort of able to just like mold everybody together and think they're all a group.
Yeah, when they're not. There's sort of the blob is rolling and collecting people as it goes and spitting people
Yeah,
out as it goes.
yeah.
It is kind of turning into the blob.
Blob 2.0, even blobbier than the
No.
first time. All right, no, okay. So here is a little bit more of this is I think where things could get even more interesting long term with Jag and the game still. I mean, you've mentioned this that a big part of what was interesting about that unanimous vote being out there is like, okay, well, Jag knows this. What's Jag gonna do? He's learned that Matt saved him. That Matt
Mhm.
is the person who played the power and. Overnight, he and Jag and Blue really discussed how Sari is running the house, and they've realized a little bit more about how she's working to frame America for a lot of this.
Mhm.
And they want to work with America, which Jag affirmed in a conversation with her. It's exciting, the idea that's like, okay, well, could we actually have like some sort of counter resistance to Sari here? Could we have Jag, Blue, America find a way? I mean, the problem is because everything is so blobby that it's really hard to pull somebody sort of out of that blob without them thinking that they need to be sucked back into it. Like, that's a problem.
I think that they're going to be able to do it if they can just get enough people with confidence together. The
Yeah.
real sort of pin in all of this is Blue because she is in a relationship with Jared, and Jared is the son of Sari. So I mean, he's not very unlikely going to go against his mom and move over to this other alliance. But I mean, there could be enough people if Blue sort of does stay over here with, Corey and Jag and America, that they could start, if Cameron goes, pull in Red, start to just grab some of these people that might not feel as secure in, the Blob Alliance 2.0 getting blobbier, that, people could start to be getting spit out and feel like they're at the bottom of that alliance. A lot of this is going to come down to how well Sari is going to be able to make people feel really comfortable. And the fact that she's even still in the game is pretty remarkable. I've said this many times in many other seasons as well. If I walked into this house and I saw Dan, Sari, Dr. Will, some big player, or even if I just saw a returning player that might not be as big but has played before, they're my number one they need to get out. Because if I end up at the end with them, they've won. They've played this game before. I don't ever understand why that person's not out.
This is why I shake my head at with all this stuff going on where it's just like, okay, good for you guys, Jag and Blue, for realizing that Sari is running the game. But you guys have been in the game for more than 4 weeks now. How is how is this not apparent that like the survivor legend is a strategic mastermind? And as you said, I am very worried about the future of any sort of counter resistance being reliant on Blue and her ability to not tell Jared certain things. My other concern here is just that Jag really trusts Matt, and it's a problem in the sense that he told Matt, be careful who you say things to, even Sari. And we already talked in this video about how Sari knew Matt's secret, and like there's
Mhm.
obviously a lot of communication that's going on there. And so now it's also like, okay, how much is Matt going to be able to sort of play multiple sides of the game and realize that, he has been close with Jag for a long time, but he's also been close with Sari, and eventually all these different interests are going to collide. Like, my feeling for a lot of these players, and we'll see if they actually can do this, is just that, guys, Cameron is going this week. This can be a very easy week. You don't need to mess this up. Let's just let Cameron leave. We can all take a deep breath after that, celebrate his demise in the game, and then you guys can just start going crazy. I am worried that they do not have the capacity or the patience to do something like that. And I'm just really worried that Jag is going to screw this up and he's just going to be evicted all over again.
Yeah, I mean, this could just be an easy week, but at the same time, you do have to keep thinking about the next week and sort of where you're going to get to in the next week. I mean, if things are starting to break off and, Jag and Blue and everybody over here, Corey, America, start to really come together and feel confident about coming together, and then Cameron goes and they pull in Red, they might be able to actually start to get some numbers together. And then if they win that HOH, they could be taking a shot at the other side. I do not want to lose Sari.
Yeah,
I think I think the fact that she's in this house and she's such a legend and nobody has tried to get rid of her really speaks to her social game and how
yeah.
good she is at this game. Like, I would have been really intimidated to go in and see a survivor legend in this house, even though they're very different games. I would be worried. I
Yeah.
don't want to sit at the end with Sari because she's gonna mop the floor with me.
Yeah, I don't want to lose Suri either. She is one of the best social players I've ever seen. But I do want to see a real, split house, back and forth,
Mhm.
a lot of drama. Maybe some of Suri's closer allies do end up getting evicted at some point, and it does sort of amplify the pressure that is put on her. It's a season 25. We want this to be epic. We want this to be really, really eventful. And I hope this sort of counter group can really come into something, and that the Coreys and the Americas of the world can really work with the Jags and the Blues and try to find a way. But
Yeah, this is a really big milestone season.
we'll see what happens this weekend. We will be
Mhm.
back soon, though, with another Big Brother 25 update. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Help us to get to that 65,000 milestone. Thank you so much to
Thank you.
everyone who is supporting us, and thank you to our patrons as well. We will see you here next time.